Hey guys, I'm Jody with Board Game Perspective, and today we are taking a look at my top 10 anticipated games for this year, 2024. So we're already a couple months into the year. It's been a little busy around here with a little baby, so finally getting this video out. But I am very excited for some of the games coming out, so much so that I had to do more than 10. And so in this video, I'm of course going to do my top 10, but there's also 5 others that I'm going to just briefly mention because I've already mentioned them. I believe, for instance, the first one I'm going to go over was on my last year anticipated list, and I've talked about some of the others before as well. So let's just go over those briefly, 5 of them, and then we're going to get into my top 10. So the first one, I have to mention this because I've been so excited about this game. It's Flow, and it's actually on Kickstarter right now. It just launched February 27th, which is today of the filming. So Flow is out. You can guys go check it on Kickstarter now. Looks amazing. And so this definitely had to be talked about, even though I believe this was on my list last year. They pushed it back a whole year. But there's adventure, you're traveling through the seas, and the art is by Andrew Bosley, and I'm sold right there. Designer Henry Audubon and Johnny Pack and Yoma. I'm not familiar with Yoma, but I mean, just looking at it, it looks absolutely incredible. So I had to mention that one. It's from Pika Games. And then the other one is From the Moon. I've talked about this one before as well. This one looks pretty cool. You're crafting workers, building bases, save humanity. Another space-themed game. I gotta have those, right? I love those games. So with this one, you're launching 3 survival missions before all life on Earth ends. It's another one that looks stunning. So I'm definitely interested in that one. And then we got the Paradox Initiative. This is one I backed. Has it been a couple years now? I've talked about this before multiple times. This is by Elf Creek Games, and this had multiple artists. I think for the playmats, there was a lot of different artists involved, one of them being Andrew Bosley. So this one, I don't know, I'm just kind of really intrigued with the world. Your mad scientists steal strands of space-time by tile matching their paradox particles. It just looks cool, sounds cool. I know the production's going to be great from Elf Creek Games, so that was one I definitely had to bring up again. And then we have Frozen Frontier. I mentioned this before. Construct buildings, collect resources, and settle on newly discovered planet Janus. And it's another one of those like spacey, frozen-looking worlds. You got city building, space exploration, sci-fi. All that stuff is up my alley, and this is one I definitely want to try. And then the last one that's not in the top 10 that I want to talk about is Bardwood Grove. This was also on Kickstarter, I don't know, a while back. This is by Final Frontier Games. I also love their productions. I believe this was the next game after Merchant's Cove. I believe it was. But it has that same kind of art, and it looks awesome. This one, you're crafting songs, tell tales, play shows, save creatures, and boast to earn glory. So, yeah, it's another one that looks cool. Deck, bag, and pool building, and more fantasy, card game, all kinds of stuff. So, those were all of the ones I had to mention just real briefly because I've already talked about them before on the channel, but I just had to, especially Flow. Oh my gosh. Yes, Flow looks stunning. Definitely go check out the Kickstarter. It looks amazing. Okay, so let's get into the top 10 now. And my number 10, I don't completely know how to say it. It is Sankori, the Pride of Mansa Musa. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So in this game, you're competing to manage the best school of a university in 14th century Timbuktu. Now, this is by Osprey Games. I believe this is kind of a follow-up to Merv, which I actually have. Still, it's on the shelf of opportunity. It's going to be played hopefully soon. But these are like Euro games that actually are really pretty and full of color and looks awesome. And this one, the table presence of this game just completely caught my eye. And, well, the artist is Ian O'Toole. And I mean, this game just looks stunning. So it's a dynamic, interactive, mid-weight Euro game. And we have city building, civilization, economic. You have area majority. What else is there? Worker placement, tech trees, tech track, resource stuff. But wow, just look at some of these photos. It is just so gorgeous on the table. It immediately caught my eye, and I like Euro games, but I especially the ones that will get to the table are ones that also have a really nice production. So really excited to try this one, and I believe it's out now. It just came out. Maybe it's like close to being out, or it's already out. So that is Sankori, I don't know, by Osprey Games. Okay, now number 9 is Inventors of the South Tigris. I have Wayfarers, I have Scholars right there. We recently covered Scholars of South Tigris on the channel, so go check that out if you're interested in it. So of course, I'm very interested in the third, Inventors of the South Tigris. I've liked them both. And I really like this trilogy because of the dice involvement. I really like Dyson games. And, like, for instance, Scholars had some bag building with dice. I just really like that stuff. So I'm curious what they're going to do with this one. Let's see. Let's look at let's see if we can find a photo of it. Yeah, so I'm curious. It looks really cool. I'm curious how. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks stunning. I'm curious how the mechanisms are different than the other two. But definitely, very intrigued by this. So this is publisher Garphill Games, of course. Designer S.J. McDonald, Shem Phillips, and I'm curious how the complexity is compared to the other two. I know Scholar, they're heftier games, but I felt like Scholars was not as crazy as some people were making it sound to be in regards to complexity. But this one, it's saying we have deck bag, pool building, hand management, track movement, and of course dice involvement. I'm definitely excited. So I guess this is set in Baghdad. It says Baghdad has become home to thousands of mathematicians, astronomers, chemists, and physicians. So you are inspired innovators, I guess. And I definitely want to try that. So that is my number 9. That would be Inventors of the South Tigris. Next up, number 8 is another one that's actually on Kickstarter right now. And it is the new flippin' rollin' right ones for Cascadia. I believe it's Cascadia Rolling Rivers and, what was the other one? There's 2, and they're the same kind of mechanics. It's just 2 different kind of settings. But these are flip and roll and write. So this Rolling Rivers one I'm looking in particular, flip and roll and write to create the riverine landscapes of Cascadia. Artist still Beth Flynn and artist Beth Sobel and designer Randy Flynn by Flat Out Games, AEG collab. So we love Cascadia. It's a great game and very accessible, nice production. Really love that game. Love the setting. Love nature themes. So I definitely want to try this because we do like roll and writes, and I'm really, really curious about this one. It's gonna be puzzly, and let's see, simultaneously roll dice, collect wildlife, and complete habitat cards to fill in different environments in Cascadia. This is one that I definitely have to try. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to back it on Kickstarter. I might have to wait for it to come out to retail down the road. Primarily because if I'm going to back one, it's going to be Flow right now. But this is, I want to try both of these really badly. So at some point, we will try these. I'm certain of it. Okay, so that was number 8. Now, number 7 is... it's actually another one that's on Kickstarter right now too. But this one has been on my kind of wish list, my keep an eye out on games for at least a year. It's been in the back of my mind for a while. That is Ascending Empires Zenith Edition. Like I said, this is on Kickstarter right now, and the publisher is Play to Z. Now, this is a dexterity game and 4X. Flick your way through space in an epic 4X sci-fi experience. All of that line right there, I mean, I am sold. I really want to try this. I love 4X games. I love space, sci-fi, and I'm curious how all that works with a dexterity game. And I believe they were saying this is a shorter playtime, like 60 to 90 minutes. So I am very, very intrigued in this game, and it looks really cool. I believe there was a version of this game a while ago, and I guess there was problems with it, I think, with the board and the flicking. I think they're doing neoprene mats or something for the flicking to be smoother, I believe. I don't know. The production looks awesome. Everything about this game is one I want to try. 4X, sci-fi, dexterity, yes. I want to see how this game plays for sure. Okay, so now we have yet another spacey themed game, which is my thing. It's my number 6, Galactic Cruise. This one, I believe, is coming to crowdfunding shortly. So they have it listed as a 2024 title. I doubt that that's going to happen. Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess there's technically a possibility, but I doubt it. So, but anyway, this one, it looks like a really crunchy, heavy game. You're building and launching shuttles to send guests on luxurious space vacations. So I guess you're cruising. You're going on not a cruise on water. You're cruising to space, and just look at this game. Like the production looks amazing, and like this looks so up my alley. I love complex games, crunchy games. I still have yet to try a Lacerda game. I need to do, especially like on Mars. I really want to try that. Shinlane Alicio, unbox it so we can try it. So I tend to like those games, and this, I believe, is up that alley. I think I've heard people compare it possibly to like Lacerda weight games, but this looks outstanding. The artist is Ian O'Toole. Who's the publisher? Is Keenson Key Games? I haven't heard of that publisher. I don't know if this is their first one or if they've done some before. So what are some of the mechanics? We have, of course, sci-fi, space exploration. We have action points, hand management, modular board, open drafting, set collection, worker placement. My goodness, there's a lot. Which, I mean, a heavy Euro, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So that makes sense. But this, I believe, is coming to Kickstarter very soon. I'm going to be tempted, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But sometime down the road, if I don't back it, I really do want to try this game. This looks outstanding. So that was my number 6, Galactic Cruise. Okay, how many oh my gosh, guys. How many of these are on my list are space sci-fi? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at least half of my list is like space sci-fi games. So let's move on to my number 5. This is one that I actually backed. It already had been to crowdfunding, and it is Moonrollers. So this is by Ivy Studio, Ivy Games. They did Moonrakers, and we have the whole thing for Moonrakers. We really like that game a lot. We love they do amazing productions. So this is set in that Moonrakers world, but now it's with dice. It's like a lighter dice rolling game, and in the same world, it's going to be a still amazing production. So you are starship captains that take big risks to compete for crew. So you have some dice rolling, push your luck, open drafting, sci-fi. I like all that stuff, and I'm very excited to try this. And I guess you're rolling 5 dice, and you choose to attempt a requirement on one of the crew cards that matches one of your dice. And there's some hazard tokens. I'm curious how that compares to Moonrakers. I'm definitely all for a lighter Moonrakers feeling game, but with like dice and push your luck. It sounds great. I'm excited. I definitely backed this one. And yeah, it says 30 to 45 minutes, 2 to 5 players. So definitely looking forward to getting this. I'm hoping it might come this year. It says it's listed as 2024. Already had crowdfunding, so I'm very hopeful. That is my number 5, Moon Rollers. Moving on, we have another one that I was able to back a while ago. I don't remember when this was on crowdfunding, but this is the Coloma New Prospects. But with that crowdfunding, I was able to also get the original game Coloma, which has been hard to get unless you pay a pretty penny on eBay or something. It's been hard to get for a while, so this is like a reprint plus expansion stuff. So I was very excited that I was able to back this one. Let's talk specifically about this one. The expansion, raise new buildings and blaze new trails in this return to the Old West. Yes, so Coloma had that Western theme, which I'm not huge into, but it's by Final Frontier Games, who does amazing productions, vibrant colors. I loved the way it looked. It has like magnet aspects on the board, but we attach things to the board via magnets. It looks really great. I've heard people say good things about it. So let's see. With this, it's heavier mechanisms, more sophisticated engine building, and added paths to victory. So this is one I'm definitely very excited for. The designer's Johnny Pack. It says players 1 to 6. I never really play more than 4. So this is the expansion, but including the base game Coloma. I am very excited. I hope I get it this year. I would love to try it. This has been on my wish list for years. So I was really excited when I saw that it was coming back to crowdfunding for another reprint. Okay, so we have my number 3. This one is not necessarily so much for the theme, but it's for the game system. This is Marvel Dice Throne X-Men. So we are just huge Dice Throne fans around here. We love getting the characters mix and matching. I think Dice Throne is definitely our most played game, like ever. We play this game a lot, and I'm just excited to have more characters. I am not into Marvel at all. Honestly, couldn't tell you much about X-Men. I know I'm going to have fun discovering the characters and how they play. We don't have the Marvel one, but the base Marvel Dice Throne set, but you were able to, of course, add it on through this latest crowdfunding, because this was on crowdfunding recently. So we did get the Marvel set as well, because some of our friends had the Marvel set, and we played it. Even though we're not big Marvel people, they were still really fun to play. So that's why we decided to get this as well. And it's also coming out with, I forgot what it's called, Missions, I believe, where it's another cooperative experience to play Dice Throne. So we are very excited to get more Dice Throne content. Enough said. We love this game. Publisher's Roxley. And this game, if you don't know, I say it's like a glorified bot battle Yahtzee. You each have your own character, and you're playing. You're doing Yahtzee style rolling, but you're trying to activate different abilities on your card or on your board. You have cards that can do different effects or upgrades, and you're trying to be the last person standing. You're trying to take each other out. So lots of fun, and very excited for that. That is why it is number 3. 2 left. So number 2, I'm really excited. I don't know much about it other than just the system. This is Undaunted 2200 Callisto. This is in the Undaunted world. We have Undaunted Normandy. It's like a deck building war game, lighter. And I really like that system. I like it a lot. And to have that with this space sci-fi setting, oh my gosh, I'm such a sucker for space sci-fi settings. But throwing that Undaunted system with that, man, I am so sold. I want to try this. The publisher is Osprey Games. The designers are well-known, Trevor Benjamin and David Thompson. This is a standalone game, so it's not expansion, but it's in that Undaunted series. It says, navigate the barren lunar landscape, maneuver to seize dominant high ground positions, and utilize your formidable mechs to gain control of Callisto and its precious resources. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see. I haven't really even, I don't even know if they have any pictures out. All I've seen on BGG is just, the cover. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. I'm very excited to try this game. Do you guys like the Undaunted system? And are you guys excited for this one? I know I am. I really want to try the Undaunted Stalingrad, which is like a campaign type of version. It's a big box version of Undaunted. I don't know if I ever will be able to get Justin to try that with me, but maybe one day. One can hope, right? Number 1. Can you guess? It is a space-themed game. Who would have thought? So, this is the re-implementation of the Dwellings of Eldervale. Don't have that game. I've played it. I really liked it. I love the production. If we're going to have that game, but like in a space sci-fi setting, oh gosh. Oh, that's a new eBay offer. Yeah, man, I just have a really good feeling about this game. I think I'm gonna love this one. The production looks outstanding. Of course, I had to back this one. Was this on Kickstarter like a year ago? I can't remember the time frame. But it says 2024, so I'm really that'd be awesome if we could get it this year. I'm really hoping. So it's designer Luke Laurie, Maximus Laurie. So the same people. I know Luke Laurie was a designer for Dwellings of Eldervale. I'm not sure about the other one. But the poster for this one is Cardboard Alchemy. This, like I said, it looks outstanding. So you compete for dominance in the far-flung Andromeda's Edge. So we have some dice rolling, hand management, worker placement, and of course, did I mention a really cool looking setup? So you're going to be launching a starship or return your ships to your station. By carefully placing your ships, you will gather resources, claim moons, acquire modules to add to your station, populate planets, and build developments on them. You will battle opponents and compete with others to ascend the progress tracks. Oh my gosh, yes, I am so incredibly excited for this. For a while, the Dwellings of Eldervale was on my wish list, like high up on my wish list. It was kind of hard to get, but I decided after a while, you know what, I'm just going to get this one, because if I were to pull one out of the two, if they're, similar types of games, I'm definitely always going to go for that space sci-fi one over like fantasy. So, wow, I cannot wait. So, that is my number 1, Andromeda's Edge. So, what are some of y'all's top 10 2024 anticipated releases? Now, I know, as the year goes on, more and more stuff gets announced. So as of now, this is what I'm really pumped up for. I would love to be able to get all these games and try them, but of course that's not always possible. Are there any in this top 10 that I mentioned that excites you the most? Do let me know in the comments below. I love to hear other people's opinions and what they're looking forward to in 2024 as to games being released. But that's all for today, and I appreciate so much for your support and watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe and like to help us out, and I will see you guys on the next one.